Have you ever stopped to think how the death of a character can flip the switch of an entire story? That's exactly what happened in Dragon Ball when Krillin lost his life before Goku's eyes, a moment that wasn't just tragic but also transformative. In that instant, the atmosphere changed. Goku, who until then fought with limits, with control, and even with a certain innocence, saw his best friend fall brutally. Krillin wasn't just a sidekick, he was living proof of friendship, companionship, and a journey that had begun way back in the early tournaments. When Frieza killed him mercilessly, it was as if Goku's very heart had been destroyed, and it was in that shock that something never seen before was born. The fury that led Goku to transform into a Super Saiyan for the very first time. The golden hair, the green eyes, the blazing aura. All of it wasn't just an evolution of power, but the eruption of accumulated feelings, pain, rage, justice. In that moment, Goku stopped being just a warrior and became a legend. That moment changed Dragon Ball forever. Before, the battles were intense, but there was still levity, even humor amid the fights. After Krillin's death, the story sank into a new weight, darker, more emotional. It was proof that friendship and loss are fuels as powerful as any training under increased gravity. And it's curious to think that, if Krillin hadn't died, maybe the Super Saiyan wouldn't have awakened at that moment. The story could have taken another path, and Frieza might have become the end of Earth and Namek. But Krillin's involuntary sacrifice gave rise to a turning point that not only saved his friends but also marked an entire generation of fans watching in awe. And let's be honest, Krillin was always the character who symbolized the ordinary human among gods and aliens. He had no tail, no transformations, no cosmic powers. He had courage, he had heart, and that was exactly what made him so important. His death wasn't just the end of a life, it was the beginning of an era. Now, think with me, how many of us haven't felt that same fury when something unjust happens to someone we love? Goku reacted the way anyone would, only with the strength of a Saiyan. And hey, right in the middle of our talk, let me tell you something quick. If you're the type who loves to relive these epic moments in style, imagine doing it on an HP Spectre by 36014, a premium convertible that gives you performance, design, and mobility to watch your anime and still work or game without lag. Seriously, it's a spectacle. Back to the point, Krillin's death scene still echoes today as one of the most striking, not only in Dragon Ball but in the entire anime universe. It was the moment the narrative showed that no one was truly safe and that the consequences could be devastating. And maybe that's why Krillin, even being the butt of jokes for the number of times he's died, is still so loved. He represents something greater, the trigger that made Goku break his limits and prove that sometimes the greatest pain is also the greatest strength. In the end, Krillin's death wasn't just the end of a friend, it was Goku's rebirth, an awakening that changed the course of the battle, the saga, and even the shonen genre as we know it. But here's the question that won't go away. If you were in Goku's place, watching your best friend be destroyed before you, would you have the same strength to turn pain into power, or would you succumb to despair?